Drifting waves to the ocean side, AquaMiles tide. We could play our part with every swell of desert wide across the options on this ride. The mysteries of the deep wild untried in the AquaMiles where horizons glide. Welcome to the AquaMiles, riding with the tide. We're splashing through the waves, don't know where to hide. Feel the energy rising, we're surfing worldwide. It's the thrilling kind of ride. Come on and take the dive. The storm is still clear. Brace yourself and cheer.
Hello, everyone, and once again, welcome to Tide with AquaMiles and Rebgorn. This way, somewhere. There's Rebgorn. Today, our guest is, dare I say, one of the most controversial players in Clicks history. I know currently he is. It's Andrew Coviello. Did I get that
That's
right?
right. You got my
Perfect.
name right.
Yes. I wasn't sure if the L's were silent like tortilla, so it was going to be Coviella. Elia, but yeah, so give us a little rundown on who you are and how you found Clicks.
Right. So that's my name. Don't wear it out. I've been playing Clicks for about, I want to say 7 or 8 years. Got into it during high school. And for the first half of it, I didn't even have a Facebook account, which is how one of the most controversial Heroclix players currently thing started. I just played and I just went to my local venues. Actually, as a matter of fact, I haven't ever left the state of California for the game. Tried once. Unfortunately, my aunt wouldn't take me to Brooklyn because if I did go, I would have played with Antonio Clark. You guys know him.
Yeah, Brooklyn is quite the distance away from California, eh?
It sure is. I was on
Yeah.
vacation when I pitched the idea. Unfortunately, she
Yeah.
hadn't gone to that neighborhood, so we opted out. So I mostly stay in the state of California for my games, specifically SoCal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you're Thunder and Games, correct?
Well, I am self-titled the number one fan of Thunder in Games, and that comes with, I will say, a bit of ire from my home table for unrelated reasons. But ever since I walked into the store, I've loved Thunder in Games. I had not ever seen a spot for number one fan before, so I decided I'd take it upon myself. I don't think Alyssa would disagree heavily, if at all, just because, well, I do a lot of, I guess, trading and cashing with her to fuel my collection.
Okay. Now, I know someone that he no longer plays there, but do you have any takes on Superman superfan Austin Murray and his incessant need to make Kryptonian pieces good?
Well, he's actually not wrong in that regard. So back when Wonder Woman 80th anniversary came out, a set that, much to my dismay, was a more limited release than I would have liked. Me, though, I have a very indulgent, gluttonous mentality, so I'm always like more and more and more and more. This one was just a bit limited release for me. Came out with the Power Common Superman at 275 points. It is currently and has been one of my favorite common pieces in the entire game. You get essentially 10 to 11 clicks of life and damage penetration reducing throughout most of the dial, and he's hitting consistently 4 or 5 damage, albeit not penetrating. I will say that at that point cost, there weren't enough pieces in the set to run for support, so he was a one-man army type. I just really liked him, and I think Austin is well justified in his adoration for Superman and Kryptonian pieces.
Trash, yeah, I gotta disagree with you there, but we're actually let's you were also talking about this is something that I was interested in seeing. I never was actually able to run it, but the Judge Bot experiment. How did you like running the Judge Bot, and do you miss it?
Oh, Oh my God. Okay, let me tell you the shortened version of the story of Judge Bot. So, I was heavily involved in the preliminary data set for that usage of artificial intelligence. I'm sorry to say, crashed and burned. Oh my God. You know, if I hadn't cut my hair for Halloween so I could fit in my Darth Vader costume, it would have fallen out the moment I saw that gigantic ball of trash. And I love AI. I use ChatGPT all the time, and I have a collection of chatbots that I don't want to indulge you with because it's off topic. But man, this was one of the more unfortunate cases of using artificial intelligence to propel a really good cause. Um, I was there for it. I liked the concept. It did not work out in the end, unfortunately. I would have loved to see it prosper, but it was not in the right hands.
Yep. So actually, speaking of AI, I think this is perfect to make our first you know what you did. Manny
Oh
Kinks
my.
profile picture. Let us know what he did.
Oh gosh. So me, I don't have the best memory, but what I do know is that I supplement my poor memory with my reasoning. My reasoning is okay, Manny Kinks, if I ever met him in real life, I say hello, shake hands, smile, be nice. I try to do that with everyone. But there's always a reason. Even if I can't think of it, everyone who gets that kind of treatment from me, whether it's just the grimace and the hi, how you do, or it's the me not even touching him with a 39.5 foot pole on Facebook, there is a reason. So while I want to say there was a reason at the time, I look forward to seeing everyone grow and change as human beings. And I even give him some justification because if I can't remember what he did, whatever it was, I might
Uh,
not want to hold him against it.
Galactus Boba Fett AI profile picture.
Galactus Boba Fett AI Pro. Oh, okay. So his profile pic. Okay, that
Yes.
I actually have an opinion on. So,
Yes.
uh, cool concept. Very shitty decision on his part to not hire. You know who would have done this? I was talking about him earlier. Antonio Clark. I bet you I could have commissioned him to make a Galactus Boba Fett drawing,
Oh,
by a
okay. So
human being.
it was the fact that it wasn't a commissioned art. It was an AI art.
Yeah, you use AI. I have a degree in computer science, and I just want to let you know that fundamentally, tech bros will go to the ends of the earth to defend this. But the fact is, every single art generation software that exists currently, whether it's DALL-E, Civet, Frosting, Llama, they take existing artwork from human beings who either were paid or were involved in a project where they got paid, or this was something that they owned in a trademark sense. And it was essentially mass jumbled together and thrown into what is essentially a giant trash compactor. That's what I call these art generation
Okay. Yeah.
websites. They're giant trash compactors. And what you do is you have a bunch of images of Galactus, some of which were made by human beings, some of which got paid for. Same deal with the Boba Fett. What they do is they chew it all up and they vomit out this image. And then Manny Kinks looks at it and goes, that's pretty cool. But does he realize the impact? That's the question.
Was that like bannable, you think? Or do I use AI pictures for some things. Especially when I'm on a budget. Like I understand, like I love paying people. But I think that there's some give and take there. Maybe.
Mm, mm.
But you know what,
I
Manny
have.
Kinks? The next time you want to get an AI picture, don't.
Don't! Oh, that's awesome.
You know what
Or
you
is it
did. All
is
right.
it the poor memory that just you hope that telling people that you know what you did, you hope that they remember since you don't?
Mhm.
Like it.
That checks out.
Perfect. All right. And now on to a segment. It's new. You see it on top of right next to Andrew's TV, and it's called Don't. So Paul Cote sent me some interesting questions. Andrew, these are specifically for you.
Yes.
Do or don't pineapple on a pizza?
Do.
Wear white after Labor Day?
Don't. It just
Yeah.
less
Paul,
trouble.
don't. All right. Go against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
I want to say that is an inconceivable notion. Don't.
Don't. Very inconceivable. Can I get a peanut? Do you or don't you skip leg day?
I skip all day. Unfortunately, I leave a very sedentary lifestyle because I'm
Okay.
waiting on 24-hour fitness to have the proper deal for me to jump on the boat.
I like it. As you can tell, I'm not sure you can see it. I don't skip leg day. Gorn, do you skip leg day?
No. Daily.
He does not.
Leg day is daily.
Perfect. All right. Will you be the first one to bring up salary during an interview? Do you or don't you?
I do.
Oh, I don't. I want to know how much that woman's making before me. That way I can tell I'm making more. Split the check on a first date.
I do.
You do? I don't. I have been with my wife for 17 years. I paid first. I probably shouldn't have. Do you tell your girlfriend the brutal, honest truth when she asks how the dress looks?
That's a death sentence. Don't.
That's right. If you have a girlfriend, and even if she looks fat, don't tell her the truth. Do you say the word persona to a normie?
No, I deal with a very specific niche. Don't. Don't.
Don't. All right. And you had some interesting things, so let me go ahead and bring those up, and we'll see what you think of these. Okay. Where's it at? Boom, boom. Go to my amazing notes. Boom, boom. Where's it at? I'm looking.
Now,
Ah,
Andrew,
found
who
it.
is your favorite superhero?
Yes.
Who's my favorite superhero? Okay, so does it depend on the genre, or are you just looking for my number one favorite?
Number one.
Okay, cool. It's going to be Rachel Roth, aka Raven, just because War Machine doesn't have superpowers.
You have a second choice that sucks a little less.
Okay. Second choice sucks a little less. Now you're putting me on the spot. This is good stuff. Let's see. I want to say Bucky Barnes, Winter Soldier.
Okay. At least it's Marvel.
Oh, I see the
Favorite
Kong mask.
gorilla ape in comics.
Okay, so we have Titano Black and White. We have King Kong. Honestly, I am gonna have to go with King Kong.
King Kong is the greatest of all time. I'm not a farmer, so
I
I
would
don't know what a goat
destroy him.
is. But you've Reb Gorn versus Kong.
Wow.
Want to see it. All right. Before we go ahead and make the enemies, I was recently shown something that was near and dear to my heart. So I guess we'll first off, to segue into it, what's your favorite genre of music?
My favorite genre of music. So the word that describes the genre is synthwave. That's what people call it.
Synthwave. Favorite Star Trek character? Said you don't really watch it, but
I actually have an answer. It's Data.
okay. Synth Data. Love it. Okay, and on the topic of semi-Star Trek, Orville. Is it or is it not getting a season 4?
Oh, it is. I just body slammed a bunch of trolls in the Facebook group's comment section about a day or two ago because they were
Andre the
refuting
Giant,
the
then. Hulk Hogan. You're the Hulk Hogan of
yeah,
Orville fans.
steel chair, and I'm basically Lieutenant Yaphet just slamming up the comment section.
I mean, you heard it here first. It's official. Season 4, Orville. All right.
Now, in a fight, would you prefer to use smaller, sharper rocks or large, blunt rocks?
Smaller, sharper rocks.
Now, you also look like you might eat the rocks because they look tasty. So, what is your favorite flavor of rock?
My favorite flavor of rock has to be over here. We live in the Chaparral area, and the coast is about 5 minutes away. When the waves brush up against the cliffside, you get these wet, dark brown rocks that look like chocolate. My favorite flavor.
Are they slightly salty?
Yes, they are slightly salty.
Okay.
So you wanted to bring up a few things. I don't know if you have them prepared. I have them right here. If you need help, I know you can't really see it, but Andrew is actually in a pool. Heard it right there? Yeah. So take the floor, sir. Let's hear some of your don'ts.
Okay, you got it, Miles. So, the
AquaMiles.
first of these, AquaMiles.
Absolutely.
Of course. Well, AquaMiles, my first don't on my list of don'ts for you today comes down to the old Heroclix table, and this one is more for official tournaments than kitchen tables or home venue games. And this is don't make your opponent wait on you because you forgot to analyze the options of the meta. Don't stall because of your own lack of preparation of the team you face off against. Take your turn as quickly as possible. Ask only the most important questions. Don't go, what color is your underwear when deciding which character to attack?
Now, what do you consider the most important questions?
The most important question I could possibly ask my opponent is, can I see character X's card?
Now, are regular important questions not good enough? They have to be the most important question?
Well, since I play mostly home games, I'm guilty of asking more than one question at a time myself. And that's typically in the beginning phases, meaning my first turn, the beginning of the game. Mostly as follows. Do you have any perplex? Do you have any TK? Do you have modifiers? Do you have powers that place characters? Because when I ask those questions, I determine how much reach my characters and their characters have to each other for Alpha Strike.
Okay. Those are all good questions. But remember, if you have a bad question, don't.
Which, AquaMiles, that reminds me, I have another one for tournaments. This one, etiquette. Don't use tournament unfriendly etiquette. I can't tell you the things I've heard at the table. Heroclix is supposed to be a game where we're all having fun, making friends, chilling out, and using our brains a little. So when I'm playing, I typically don't like to hear my opponent tell me, can you know, whatever. Because a lot of stuff goes on in here, even though it may not seem like it. I even shaved off all my hair so you guys could try and get a better picture of what's going on there. But that might not have helped. Just
Same. Did the same.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Shaved it last
wow.
episode.
I see. Well, generally, I try and keep a friendly sort of etiquette type when I play with people. I ask insightful questions rather than saying, do this, do this, do this, do this. You're taking too long. I don't gripe like that. I mean, literally last night, I was watching somebody play Magic, and getting upset because another player was taking too long to do their turn. But as I was listening in,
Yeah, Magic,
yep.
you also got to remember, too, Magic's one of the only games that has a hygiene requirement for tournaments.
Oh, man.
I
Okay,
did
well,
not.
I think it was adhered to.
So I don't know if you know that, but if you want to go to a Magic tournament, you have to have showered that day and you have to wear deodorant. Luckily, Heroclix doesn't have those because Heroclix players already know.
I mean, sure, they know, but as far as I know, I'm the only person taking 2 showers a day. But
Oh, that's I shower all day, every day.
yes,
Okay.
AquaMiles.
This is another. We're gonna stop it. Or you know
Uh,
what you did,
okay,
Mr. Bradcast Brad Broyles. Is he
Brad. Ro-
more mouse than man still, or has he evolved into a man?
Who is this
So,
mouse man?
Mouse Man. I will give my completely honest opinion. Since day one, Brad Broyles has not changed. And I believe he is one of the only standing testaments to the idea that human beings should constantly be in a state of change in their very nature. Unfortunately, Brad has been the same since I met him. I do not like how he talks to me on Facebook or on Discord, and he's quite cynical. So I'm a very forgiving and merciful person. I typically
Oh
speak
God.
to people on Facebook as if I'm speaking to them in person because we can see each other's faces on here. And so the way he talks, I don't think he would say that if me being 6'4", I mean, just about, and over 200 pounds, I don't think he would be trying that sort of thing with me if we were in person. He just doesn't talk to me with very much respect at all. And so a few months back, I blocked him and haven't looked back because I actually remembered what he did this time.
So, Brad, you know what you did. But I'm actually going to defend Brad here. He has the best hug in HeroClix. I met him in person at the Rock Cup this year. Fantastic human. He has changed from when I first met him 2 years ago. Brad is an amazing person that does a lot for this community. So I think Brad needs a second chance.
Yes, he does.
We're going to unblock Brad and we're going to say, we know what you did. We accept your apology. That's it. So we're
Sounds
doing.
good.
That's what we're doing. All right. Brad's done. This one has been, I've been looking at this word. This word's interesting. What is a douche nozzle?
Douche nozzle. Douche nozzle is in the family of douche, which you would also find douchebag and douche canoe to be in this little family.
Okay.
And generally, I use them to mean the same thing, which a synonym for any of those 3 words would be asshole.
Okay. All right. So,
Can you
like
tell
the
me more
greatest
about the
album ever
douche family?
released, the
I'm
chocolate
so sorry, guys.
starfish.
The chocolate starfish. Now that is a very familiar name, and what a wonderful Limp Bizkit album, I will say, much to the chagrin of others. Who is that?
Favorite Limp Bizkit song?
It's gotta be their hit song. Now, while the title fails me, I do know that Carson Daly and Fred Durst were on that one, and it was something like "Move in, now move out, hands up, now hands down,
Rolling.
back up, show me what you're gonna do now."
Rolling.
Rolling is the name.
Macarena.
Okay.
Oh,
Urban assault vehicle or air raid vehicle version of Rolling?
We'll do air raid vehicle.
Okay. All right. I can accept that. Urban assault is with DMX, Redman, Method Man. It's good versions, double
Yeah.
the time. Yeah, that was super fan Scuba Pete sent me this bad boy. Gives all the
Mm.
times and the entire album thing.
Mhm.
All right. Now this next one is going to be I have seen him multiple times. I haven't replied to any of the posts. I'm not quite sure if you have him banned, but doing my research, I saw his name come up quite a lot when I heard your name or saw your name. And that's always correcting you. Azareth Strife. Is
Yep.
he warranted in his corrections?
Is he warranted in his corrections? So soft, no. He has great intentions. Unfortunately, his execution is terrible, leading some, and by some I specifically mean Wesley Allen Summers, to go in his place and defend him on his behalf, which I don't know if you read much into Albert Einstein, but one of his famous quotes is
E equals
in
MC
response
squared?
to a book. That is also a famous quote, very famous for changing the laws of physics and making my homework harder.
Yeah, that's all he does.
So the quote is actually in response to 100 authors against Albert Einstein. And Albert said, if I was wrong, one would have been enough. And to which I say, Azareth, if I was wrong in how I thought about you, you alone would be able to stand by yourself, and that would be enough.
Now,
So what you're saying is
I
his
have here.
execution's not bad, so he's not the excellence of execution. He's not Brett the Hitman Hart. No? Okay. All right.
I have here that Azareth has corrected you 274 times, and of those corrections, he has been right 275 times. Does that sound accurate?
Those sound like rookie numbers.
Uh,
Rookie. Speaking of rookie, who generates rookie?
Who generates rookie? That one, I actually own him. The commissioner.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you're correct. It is commissioner. Yeah. I'm going through here. You have any other don'ts?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So, when you enter a tournament, there's a certain thing you should do and a certain thing you should don't. So, the don't act big and hard. Don't act like you have no room for growth. My strategy to tournaments.
What if somebody only knows how to get super big and so hard, and they're only about growth?
Super big, so hard, only about growth.
That's all they know.
Sounds like a redwood or a sequoia, and trees usually stay in place, but these guys are moving.
It does sound like wood.
Sounds like Groot. Just remember, ints are not on your side. Ints are on nobody's side because nobody are on their side. That's if you identify as a tree.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You got any?
Do I have any? Well, when I go to
continue, I want to know what don't to do.
What don't to do? Yeah. So, no friends, no roots for growth or improvement. You know, you go up there like the lone wolf. What? Yeah, and you just want to take everything. I mean, it's great to want to win, and it's great to have that mentality where you're locked in and you're gonna really kick some butt. But what I try to do is when I meet people in person, I'm all the same as I was talking about earlier. I'm like, hi, hello, how you doing? I'm super friendly. I always like to laugh. I'm always joking around when I play. And honestly, that's been to my benefit because every time I come back, my name is there and everyone speaks about me in a positive light, at least what I can hear. And I even get free shit for it too at times.
People give you their shit?
Well, I placed last in a Silver Age tournament about a week or two ago, and I got a bunch of Avengers Forever boosters.
I thought you were saying that people gave you shit. I'm like, hey, I get it.
Fertilizer.
I like it too. fecal matters.
Manure. We have
Yeah.
a garden right here, so that could use some of that. Unfortunately, no one gives me any of their free shit. They just give me their free shit.
Maybe if you ask nicely,
I
you
have
could
some
probably get
shit
it.
for you.
I have a lot of shit, a lot of chicken shit. We can do it.
All right.
Okay, the king of Heroclix. This one I know. You are one of his favorite players. He dresses up as Mad Jim. He has a
Mad Jim
bystander.
Jasper, bystander.
He dresses up as
Uh-huh.
Poison Ivy.
Uh-huh.
PJ Bowen.
PJ Bo.
You know what you did.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Story time with Uncle Andrew. I want to hear it all.
Yeah.
Does he know what he did?
Does he know what he did? I want to say that honestly, he, I think, tries to act like he doesn't know. Either that, or he actually doesn't know. Unfortunately, I have the exact parameters and specifications of what he did, and I find them to be quite. I find them to be quite grave, unfortunately. So, PJ Bowen was involved in the brief. I will say brief revelation of my home address by an individual who lives in Waukesha, Wisconsin. His name is Dante Meredith. PJ actually he gave that the go ahead, and luckily nothing bad's happened since. And I will admit that I still kind of want the Lucas Tom and Scott Crampton token for my mystical team, but you got to admit that that goes beyond playful banter like the kind I usually entertain.
So it was truly Dante's Inferno. What is this exactly that you're alluding to? Because I mean, forgive my ignorance on it. I'm not quite sure about. I know that he has a man's name and a great '90s movie Dante, and then he has the last name Meredith, which is an amazing woman's name.
So the story of Dante Meredith is a short one. I had arranged for a buy of HeroClix, and well, mine came broken. And as one does, I offered Dante the chance to rectify the issue. I gave him plenty compassion. Days went by with no word, and all I kept getting was excuses. This was by USPS. He actually sent it as first class, which is generally a trading no-no. What ended up happening is too many red flags arose, and I did not trust him as the handler of my money or my figs. So I submitted the, I guess, chat logs to a couple of HeroClix groups that he was banned from a few, but he went on to mine. I don't own it, but it's called SoCal HeroClix. And that's where it happened. And a few days after that, PJ went in and said, yeah, he's totally good to do that. And I'm just like, what?
Interesting. So, in case you didn't know, PJ, you know what you did. And the next time you think you want to do it, guess what? Don't. In fact, I'm loving the rapport that we're having. I think that with everyone that we've called out, all these enemies, I think we have Jerry Springer, Maury. I think that we have you talk to them on this show in the future. I think what's the word I'm looking for, Reb Gorn? Oh, I'm drawing a huge blank because I'm from Atlantis and we're not smart.
It's
Oh,
don't.
Atlantis.
Confront.
Something like head to head.
Yeah, confront. It's a versus.
Confront.
You ever seen Deadliest Warriors? Pirate versus Knight.
Deadliest Warriors.
Talking Andrew versus PJ. We're the judges. I can handle judging it. Could you do 20 minutes one-on-one with the PJ one? He'd have to accept it. I don't think he. I don't think he would. I honestly. I think him and everybody else is because I think I'm the only person that's I guess, brave enough to actually like talk to you as a human. I think that they'd be scared if we called them out. It's a nice forum. We're all adults. I think we can find some common ground. I lost your. Oh, you're muted.
Okay, am I on now?
Yes, you're on now.
Okay, good. So, kind of like how there are two guys in opposite corners of the boxing ring, and you have the ref in black and white. He goes, "I want a clean fight, nothing below the belt, no fouls." As soon as we have that ref,
Only
I'm game
below
for
the
anyone.
belt. Only below the belt.
Ah!
Yeah. Who do you want to be your first victim? Who are we going to call out first for future? Because they know what they did.
Hmm.
And if you want to say no, guys, guess what? Don't.
Let's see. So for me, I think my first victim would be Azareth Strife.
Okay, Hazardous.
See what happens.
Okay. I think I can try and convince him. I think we can get him on here. I think you and him. I don't want anyone to be muted. No one leaving the chat. We're gonna be adults. We're gonna do 20 minutes. We're gonna do normal debate. I'll give you guys the floor. 5 minutes for your points. 5 minutes to argue those points. What do you think?
Okay, I like it.
All right. See,
Yeah.
this is what I'm talking about. This is what Tide to Tides brings. We bring the good stuff. All right. That is actually, I have the wife messaging me. I can no longer do any vulgar things because the Atlantis Broadcasting Corporation. I actually I had to make a formal apology. I love the fact that your cameras actually and you're groomed well. You followed all 5 suits. I love this. I'd love to do it again in the future. Azra Strife. You're next, as Bill Goldberg said. I mean, Andrew and Bill Goldberg, they're both bald. I mean, 6'4", 6'4", you know. So thanks everyone. Thank you, Andrew, for having your appearance. Thank you for getting in character.
Right. Andrew, does Reb Gordon still fear in you?
I got the neighbors. The neighbors are out. All right. Man, this has been so much
Does
fun.
Reb Gordon still fear in you?
Fear in me?
Yes.
I fear what the other guy's going to look like once I'm finished talking.
Okay.
No,
what about
me.
Reb Gordon?
Reb Gordon.
Does Reb Gordon instill fear?
Does
In you.
Reb Gordon instill fear in me? Do you instill fear in me? I will admit you're a little scary.
Okay, that's all we need. Okay, and we're going to end it right there. Thank you, everyone. Until next time. Ride Tide to Tide, baby.
Beneath the surface was the restart on the journey dive deeper be apart from the cresting waves to the ocean side. AquaMiles tide. We could play our part with every swell of desert wide across the options on this ride. The mysteries of the deep world untried in the AquaMiles where horizons glide. Welcome to the AquaMiles, riding with the tide. We're splashing through the waves, don't know where to hide. Feel the energy rising, we're surfing worldwide. It's the thrilling kind of ride. Come on and take the dive. There's storm and still fear. Brace yourself and cheer. In the AquaMiles tide, our voice is loud and clear. Underneath the ocean skies where the big fish play, in the realm of the unknown we navigate this way. Stories wide like the ocean, currents strong like a fight. Tune into the AquaMiles where the truth takes flight. There's storm